I've always raced bikes, so I'd always been interested in bikes even since I was a little kid. And I got into metalworking and brazing, not from bicycles, but from working on old motorcycles. I restore old British motorcycles, and it's always been a hobby. You know, I'd always had an idea of maybe building my own bike, so I gave it a whirl. That was 2004, and I enjoyed it. I wanted to do it again, and so I kept trying to improve and improve and kept building frames and then cutting them up and looking at them and seeing if I actually knew what I was doing. And then somewhere along the lines, someone asked me if they would want to buy a bike off of me, and I had never really thought about it. I think it's important to not rush into that. That, you know, there's a profound amount of responsibility on your shoulders as you're building it, that whatever you're building is safe, is reliable, so that the person that bought it from you is not going to put themselves in danger. I started doing nabs in 2009, I think it was, Indianapolis, so 7 or 8 nabs ago. That was something of my coming out party because it was right here in my backyard. So certainly doing nabs legitimized that, yes, I am a professional frame builder for hire, building a quality product, and that started the growth. You know, I was fairly confident that what I had to show wasn't going to stick out as subpar in that room, and those were and are continue to be some of the best builders in the world. The fitting portion, understanding when someone sends me a series of numbers for their height or their reach and how their bike is positioned, the only thing that will make it easy for an odd number to jump out is experience. Having done this long enough where this number simply does not look right. So that was probably the part that took the longest amount of time, is understanding proper fit. And you're really chasing down two different things. And so one of those is a fit item and one of those is a ride quality item. And that's the part that, quite frankly, is what I'm doing, if I'm doing it correctly, that's the part where I spend the most amount of my time. Rest of the things, you know, the filing and the fitting and all of that is pretty straightforward. And what I like is, don't necessarily be afraid of a longer wheelbase bike. Don't be afraid of a lower bottom bracket. But these aren't necessarily philosophical beliefs as much as things that I've learned over time that seem to fix more problems than they create. What gets me excited is flawless execution of a very well understood theme. A perfect shoreline, a nice lug, a well put together bike, elegance. And that's what gets me excited, is proper execution. And you know, it's impossible to build a bike and not have your personal biases or likes and dislikes built into that, either consciously or subconsciously. What I do know is I know what I like, and that has a way of making it into my customers' frames.